Hi, Molly. It's Mrs. Jansen, and I want you to know I loved your birds on a wire. Man, were those cute. Those were absolutely fantastic. I like seeing all of your drawings and all of the work that you have been doing. It's just so fun to see that. I look forward to seeing your pumpkin landscapes this week. So this is going to be our fourth project together, and we are going to be working on a fish tank. And the design that is going to inspire us is a painting by a famous artist named Henri Matisse. Henri Matisse was a French painter and sculptor and artist. This is one of his most famous paintings, The Red Room. He was a painter who liked to use lots of bright colors. This is his fishbowl goldfish painting that we are going to use for inspiration. And you can see what other people have done that are similar to Matisse and his fishbowl. This is a student artwork that uses the same ideas of bright colors and fish. Now that you've seen the paintings of Henri Matisse, I want to have you take a look at an example that Mr. Warner. We are going to have our oval shape, and we're going to make a fish tank, and we're going to put it on a table. Now, this painting doesn't have anything in the background. The Henri Matisse paintings we just looked at, they do. So we are going to add some special things to our project together. So today you're going to need your sheet of white paper, and we are going to do ours the long way, vertical. We're going to have it standing up. You are going to need a pencil, maybe a really big eraser, and we will probably get to using our oil pastels. So we'll just take a look. We have a fish bowl here, and we have the colors that these have been in oil pastels, and then this blue background, we do a watercolor painting in the background. So we'll do that later on. That'll be next time. But we're going to put all of the lines in for our fish bowl. So on our big long sheet of paper, we are going to use our pencil, and about halfway up from our paper, so you could do 1, 2, 3. So I'll show you that again. You're going to go put your hand at the bottom of your paper, and you can spread yours out because your hands are smaller than mine. I'm going to do another one and another one. Now I have to put mine together. So I do them 3 times. I put my finger here. I'm going to mark it. That's about the middle of the paper. So we are going to have our fish bowl between this. So I'm going to put a line below that, and then I'm going to put a line above that. So I want you to see, you'll have your the line that you marked with your hands, and then you're going to put a line below it and a line above it. Now, Molly, I want you, if you are having a hard time getting that down, you can pause the video and ask your mom for any extra help, okay? And then you can just start the video up again when you feel good. So we're going to go to that bottom line, and we're going to pull it out, and we want there to be, I want you to put your 4 fingers on the side and mark that. You might want to do your whole hand actually because your hand's smaller. I'm going to put my 4 fingers here. So that's how wide I'm going to make my fish tank, okay, or my fish bowl. Now I'm going to pull it up, and I'm going to draw lines on the side right up here. All right. So we have, our tank's going to be a little bit, not as wide, but a little bit taller, deeper. So you can see we have the bottom line and the side lines, and now we're going to put an oval at the top. So it looks like there's an opening in our fishbowl. So here we are, we've got our line that we kind of marked, and you can just watch first. I'm going to draw slightly curvy, and it's going to be an oval. So you can see an oval line at the top, and this is going to be our fish tank. So go ahead, if you have to pause the video, go ahead and do that. I'm going to erase the lines out of here. Now, this bottom line, I'm going to curve it just a little bit so it matches the top. You don't have to do that, but if you want to make our fishbowl look a little rounded, you can go ahead and do that. Okay, pause the video if you need to. The next thing we're going to do is to put it on a table. So we're going to do a line that goes in the background of our fish tanks. I want you to look at. Here's the bottom of the fish bowl, and I'm going to do a line. And if you want, you can use a ruler, and you can just make it go straight across so it matches. You can do this, okay? And you can see, we can see it through the tank. And you can see when I just guessed that my line wasn't perfect. So that's okay. That's up to you whether you want to do it. And then we're going to erase the line inside the bowl, the fish bowl. This is going to be the top of the table. Now we're going to do, I'm going to do a line below our fish bowl. And then I'm going to connect. I want you to see this line. This line didn't connect to the edges. I'm going to make it go up in a diagonal towards, so I'm going to make like a number 7 here, okay? So I'm going to take my ruler, I'm just going to connect, make a line up like that. And so this looks like a number 7. And I'm going to do that on this other side too. And this time it looks like a backward 7. All right, we're going to put another line in underneath this one. And if you want to use your ruler, I guess I'll fix up this line on mine. You can, or you can just draw it without a ruler. So you should have one more line underneath it. And then we're just going to connect these 2 lines. 1, 2, 1, 2. So I'll set that down so you can see better. Okay, this is our tabletop. We're going to erase this line that is like the top part of our number 7s. We're going to erase that. Okay, so that's our table. I want you to pause the video if you need to draw these lines in, okay? Pause it, and if you need to ask help from your mom, go ahead and do that. We're going to put in some vertical lines that stand up, so they go up and down for the legs of our table. So you can take a ruler and you can put it to the edge of your paper and just draw one vertical line that goes all the way up to the top of your table, and then do another vertical line underneath it so it looks like the leg. And then we'll do that on the other side. I'm lining up my ruler to the bottom of the paper. I'm drawing a line in, and then I'm drawing a line right next to it, like that. So we've got 2. Now we're going to have some lines. We're going to do a couple more lines in the background. Those are going to be the other legs. And we'll do the same thing. We're going to line up your ruler to the bottom and bring your lines all the way down. Okay, we're going to do that. This leg looks a little skinny, so I think I'm going to widen that just a little bit. Okay, whew. Now this is a very complicated drawing that you've just done. You've put a fish bowl on a table. So if you need to pause it, please take the time to pause it. Okay, Molly? The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to add some fish. We're going to do 3. So I'm going to put one down here, and the way we're going to do it is by drawing an oval. So first you're going to draw an oval. Then we're going to draw a triangle. And you can, if you want to draw the full triangle, it can overlap. And then we'll just erase the part that is inside the oval. See? Then we're going to put a triangle on top and a triangle on the bottom. We're going to put a circle for the eye and a line for the mouth. And again, we will erase where these triangles are. We'll erase the part that comes onto the oval. So now we have this fancy little fish. I'm going to erase this part. And if you want to do a wavy line at the end so it has a ruffly tail, like this one where it is wavy, you can do that. So I want you to put 2 more fish in your tank. I'm going to do a bigger one up here. So again, I kind of do an oval shape. I do a triangle for the tail and a triangle for the fin on the top and a triangle for the fin on the bottom. I put a circle in for the eye and a line for the mouth. I can put in zigzaggy, not liking this fin. I'm going to do that one over. Now on your fins you can put lines on them too if you want. Okay, and you can do that for their tail too. We're going to be coloring our fish in with bright colors, so you don't have to worry too much. So I'm going to fit one more fish in up here. I'm making a really long oval. Got my circle in for the eyes, my mouth, a triangle on the top for the fin, a triangle on the bottom, and I'm going to do a fancy edged tail. I'm going to erase where my shapes overlap. Okay, and there we have it. The last thing that we want to draw in is that in the background of our Matisse, we saw big, bright patterns and flowers in the background. So we're going to put in, I'm going to put in some leaves, okay? Some leaves that are going to be next to some bright flowers. So you're going to draw a circle, and then you're going to draw curved lines, kind of like the letter C, around those flowers, like that. And then some leaves. So I'm going to do, and the leaves are curved lines with some more lines next to it. And I'm going to put in, again, So you can put whatever shapes you want in the background with the leaves. That's up to you. I'm going to put in, I think, one more flower. I did a circle with some curved lines and again, some leaves. And we'll do another. Okay, Molly, so we've got our flowers and leaves in, and I hope you will pause if you need you need a little more time to put a design in the background. I think I'm going to do part of one more flower that's going to be behind that leaf. Okay, the last thing that we need to do is we need to put in a horizon line that's going to go, it's just kind of a line across the back of your paper that's going to show where the wall and the floor or the back part of the wall is. So you can just put a line from your fish bowl. It's going to go across. That's actually going to be part of the wall. And then maybe another line down here. And you can use a ruler for this, where we just put a line across. And I'm going to erase the one I drew by hand. And then you'll erase in between on your legs, your table legs. So we've got a line. This is going to be the floor. This is going to be like the bottom half of the wall, and this is the top half. All right. The last thing that we're going to do today is we're going to put in some seaweed and some little stones for our fish tank. So we're going to put some rocks in, and those are kind of circles and ovals. I'm going to put some kind of big rocks you can see. You could put a little shell in here if you wanted. Look at, it's a circle, kind of has a triangle. It's like a clam shell. If you want to put one of those in, you can go ahead and put in circles for rocks, and then we'll be coloring those in later. And then we'll put some plants. So we want to show kind of the seaweed that the fish are swimming through. So I'm going to put a wavy line, and we'll give it another side. So that's going to be green. And I'm going to do another wavy line. So you can see I've got two of them. I'm going to put some, now this one's going to cross over because we're going to show this one's in the background. So our wavy line is going to be behind this fish, but in front of this fish. So we know this fish is farther in the background. So we'll do another wavy line for some seaweed, and maybe another short one. And our fish will be hiding behind it. And I'm going to do like one more on the side and another short one next to it. So we've got 3 areas of wavy lines. Okay, man, Molly, this has been a lot of drawing today. So I hope that you have had time to put a line at the bottom of your paper for your floor, and then the rest will be the wall. For your 1, 2, 3, 4 table legs, for your tabletop, for your fish bowl with 3 different fish in it, some rocks, maybe a shell, and your green seaweed. And then in the background, like the Henri Matisse, you will have put in some patterned backgrounds with leaves I've put on mine and flowers. And if you have a different idea for a pretty flower to put in the background, you can put that in instead. Next week, we are going to color in our fish bowls with our oil pastels so that our fish will be bright. And then we will be coloring in the background. And we're going to do a little bit of watercolor for our fish tank. And we will, when we color in our background flowers, we might do that with markers. So anyways, it's going to be a lot of fun. I hope that you had fun drawing with me today, and I look forward to next time when we get to add color. Have a great day, Molly, and I will see you soon.